Good morning. I'm in the garden. It's an overcast, gloomy day, but it's a great day in Florida to work in the garden. What I'm doing today is I'm going to add a whole layer of compost to my garden. So I'm going to take my water system out. I'm dropping all the weeds because I'm just going to drop them in, cover them up with a thick layer, and go from there. Will the weeds come back up? It's possible. I'm not too worried about it. These are all my collard greens. I plan on taking those out and then replanting them throughout this whole bed. So that's the game plan for the collard greens. And this morning I did some more seed saving on the mammoth dill, and this is a green one that hadn't developed all the way. I'm just throwing this back in the garden. And I know there's probably seeds all through the garden, but I think it's going to help keep the bugs away from my collard greens. So I'm going to allow those to come back up. And as you can see, I got all the dill stalks laying in here. I'm going to let them lay so they can decompose and build more soil. The whole point is not to strip your gardens out, but to fill them up with organic matter, and no matter where that comes from, you want to use it. You don't want to promote weed growth, but you also don't want to get rid of all of them. To me, it's a natural ground cover here in Florida. Without a ground cover, we have a lot more water that is drawn from the ground by the sun's heat. Look at this. This is a baby dill. We're going to try and save that guy and replant him right back in the garden. For us, I'm in Central Florida, so I'm in zone 9. A or B, I'm not sure which, and it really doesn't matter, but I can grow all year round down here. So things like dill that comes up, I'm going to encourage it. I'm not going to pull it and say, oh, it's hopeless, because there's nothing in this area that I've found that is not a possible perennial for me. This dill here that I pulled, this is 2 years old, and it just now went to seed. So we play the game and we see where it takes us. So we're going to put the camera away for a few minutes. I'm going to top this garden off and I'll bring you back for the finished results. Okay guys, garden number 1 is done. I got my collard greens thinned out. Look at me, I'm a mess. This is great soil to work in though, so I really don't mind. It's going to rinse right off. It has no odor to it. It's really easy to work with. So I have topped off my 4-foot by 8-foot grow bed with pure compost, and I've transferred the collard greens, and now I'm watering them in. This is a homemade water system. Sometimes it works really good, sometimes it doesn't. My job with this water system is constantly clearing these holes, which is a pain in the butt, but it works. So we go with it. So I'm going to give this a deep water, and it may still rain later on today, so we'll play it by ear. I'd rather have them watered before the sun gets too hot and they get stressed. So water is good for these guys. And let's see if I can tweak that. There we go. But yeah, we're doing good. We got one bed done. We got this second one to go. I'm debating whether to add the white picket fence back in, because this was a chicken deterrent and it works great. But the chickens haven't been out since everything is planted. They would eat everything. So I think I'll leave that off for now. It'll make my life easier. Oh, and look what I picked. Yay, my first pumpkin ever. Yay! And the stem was nice and brown and crisp, so I pulled it. There's a second one laying right there. And there's 2 freaky looking things over there, but I'm not going to go into that during this video. But let's hope they all stand up tall by the end of the day and they're all happy. That's all you can ask for when you do a major overhaul to a garden like I just did. And I did put the dill in. That is the dill. And here's something, for those of you considering doing raised beds, these were landscape timbers, and Florida is known for its ants. I would not recommend this ever again. We were thinking of Look at that, just rotting away. We were thinking of taking these and moving them up to our off-grid property, but after my find this morning, they're just gonna sit here and rot. I'm not moving rotting wood. There's just no point to it. So we'll just have to plan on using some type of other containment for a raised bed once we get settled up there. But we're doing good. That upper one's watering like crazy. I wish the bottom one was, because there's a lot of babies down here that need water. I just need to go through. Usually I'll get a toothpick and just poke my holes and it'll work. So we'll see. But that's the update for topping off the garden. And I buried everything in here. All the weed scraps, all the dead dill plants, everything got buried. So that's just going to build me more soil. And I got sweat in my eyes, yuck. I can't see. That'll build me more soil, and by topping these beds off, it enables you to have a deeper, healthier grow bed for roots. And some of these roots in these kale, or these collard greens, go all the way down to the sand. So that tells me we're desperately in need of a top off here. So I don't know if I'll get to it, but I want to do the same thing to this garden. This garden needs about the same amount of soil. And I might dump a couple bags in here yet today, I'm not sure. But there's a lot that would need to be cleaned out of here to do it right. I might just end up burying it all. And whatever sticks above the ground, like my rosemary, my thyme. I got some seeds I gotta pick. Those are mustard greens, and there's seed pods all over them. So I gotta pick those yet today too. Because with the rains we're starting to get, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my seeds outside the grow bed, because right now that's where they're going. So my other watering, the Three Sisters garden, is doing fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Well, let me give you a quick update. You can see the cucumbers are growing. They're all through here. The corn's up really nice and high. The snap peas just did amazing for germination rate. We had a really good germination rate. I'm still waiting to see if we get any. Oh, there we go. Look at this, guys. That's carrots coming in. And I planted some onions. There's the onions. I took this Three Sisters and I just filled it up with everything I could, because I'd rather risk losing a few seeds than losing an entire harvest season. So I'm going for it all. This is amazing. I got carrots sprouting. Yay. Carrots for me usually do not sprout this fast. Just for y'all, so y'all know. Too cool. And you can see my sprinkler system is doing pretty good here. Unfortunately, I think these pipes are too long. And if I pick up this end, which is watering, I have carrots planted in here, carrots planted in here. So, and I got some potatoes planted, if they come through. It was just all like, let's see what we can do. Oh, see the difference? Look at that water coming out. Wow. Big difference. Just by lifting this pipe, it pushes all the water up into the main grow area. Huge difference. Now I can, these pipes are not glued, so I can turn them, which I'm trying to do, and it's not working. Oh, maybe I need to do it from up there, but I'm gonna, oh, I don't want to break Allie's corn. She'll give me a hard time. Let's see if we can turn this to get this spray, that's a heavy spray, to the middle where there's absolutely no spraying going on. Let me put the camera down a minute. Come on. Okay, I got the spray coming towards the middle more. Depending what the future brings will depend whether we rebuild this water system. I think I need 3 pipes across to do this effectively. And I definitely need it higher down there and lower up here to water this area, because it's just springing out of that end like crazy. Alright guys, we're going to be picking tomatoes too. As you can see, they're getting ripe again. I still have my 16-foot of tomatoes still producing. We're still getting tomatoes, and we're months into the tomato production right now. I'm thinking of sprouting some more tomato seeds and getting ready to do a replant. Whether or not I plant in here, I don't know. Time will tell. We'll see. We're going to take it one day at a time right now. And I don't have much help today. Hubby's recovering from a kidney stone. He had to have it blasted. And the blast really didn't do much for it. So he's sitting in this chair. He's in pain. And we got some more water coming out up there. I'm trying to give that real good water. We want this area to be a real success. Be honest, I'm probably wasting water. You know why? It rained last night. What am I thinking? I got some peppers coming in. The peppers. We got peppers on a couple peppers on each plant. I'm looking to sprout some peppers and get them planted in the compost to see the difference, because I get peppers but they're slow. They don't get very big, but the trees, I mean, you can see the pepper bush. It looks healthy. So we're going to keep experimenting with peppers. I'm just glad I can grow a few for our needs. But this is doing really good over here, getting nice and soaked. All right, that's the update, guys. God bless, and don't forget, like and subscribe and share.